There have been a lot of changes in the trucking industry since the first truck rolled onto an American highway. Most of these changes have had one objective, and that is to reduce operating cost. Since that time, it has been virtually impossible to accomplish one of the most important of cost-saving maintenance services with total accuracy and consistency: wheel alignment. Now, the technology is here. The price of fuel has been constantly going up. As a result, this has an enormous impact on operating costs. That, plus the cost of parts and maintenance, has put a lot of pressure on the operator to find new ways to trim expenses. So, major investments have been made in improved aerodynamic designs, such as skirting, extenders, and nose caps. Also, high-tech products, such as tires with reduced rolling resistance, more fuel-efficient engines, and onboard computers have been designed to decrease operating cost. With new technology and new state-of-the-art equipment, it's now possible to realize significant savings through a new service area that was unavailable until just a few years ago: total alignment, both front and rear axles. How can total alignment reduce operating costs? Let me show you. You're probably familiar with the purpose and concept of front wheel alignment, but not total alignment. To re-emphasize how important this new development can be, consider just one important factor: the consumption of a gallon of fuel. As a rule, the drivetrain consumes 16%, fan and accessories 7.2%, aerodynamic drag 34.6%, and rolling resistance 42.2%. Rolling resistance is by far the major cost factor in fuel consumption. Obviously, achieving and maintaining minimal rolling resistance can be well worthwhile. And it can pay off in more ways than fuel savings. Today, you can buy high-quality, high-mileage tires made to last much longer. But in general, that mileage is seldom realized. Now, this is not the result of poor tire construction or vehicle design, but instead often reflects the inability to properly diagnose and maintain total alignment. Improper alignment also can reduce the life of chassis parts, which in turn compounds the alignment problem, a vicious cycle that eats at your profits. Both improper alignment and defective chassis components contribute to mishaps and breakdowns that keep trucks off the road, non-productive, subject to costly repairs, and often resulting in customer-aggravating delivery problems. Driver fatigue and complaints are another byproduct of improper total alignment. The symptoms of poor alignment can be costly, nerve-wracking, and even dangerous. I'm sure you will recognize one or more of the following problems. The problem of wander, when the truck keeps wandering from side to side instead of moving straight ahead. A shimmy creates an excessive oscillation left and right in the steering wheel, possibly brought on by a bump in the road. Or pull, when the truck insists on pulling to one side, constantly requiring the driver to turn the steering wheel the other way. Here's an example of rear suspension misalignment. When the truck moves like a dog trotting down the road, we call it dog tracking. It looks like the frame has been knocked out of line in an accident. Usually it's misalignment. So the rolling resistance factor can play a most significant role in your efforts to control costs and improve profits. It not only affects your fuel costs, but tire and parts costs, maintenance time, and driver effectiveness. Consider what happens when a truck has a rather common problem called tandem scrub angle. The line representing the direction in which the wheels are traveling is called the thrust line. A vehicle is properly aligned when the thrust lines for all wheels are the same. Here's what happens when the thrust lines of the rear wheels point in different directions. The amount is highly exaggerated here for demonstration purposes. Actually, it only needs to be slightly off to cause major problems. What happens is that the wheels now want to rotate the vehicle counterclockwise. The driver, of course, can't let that happen, so he counteracts by turning the front wheels in the opposite direction. The result is 10 tires scrubbing the road instead of rolling on it. If the thrust angle of an axle is off just a quarter of a degree, it will be moving away from the geometric center line at a rate of 11.5 feet per mile. This is equivalent to approximately 260 miles per year on the average truck. The energy it takes to keep this tandem from tracking 260 miles away can be seen in the scrubbing of all tires. And the shocking fact is that some 70% of all trucks have a rear wheel alignment problem, and more than 80% have a front wheel alignment problem. Chances are, we're not telling you a lot that you didn't already know or suspect about alignment problems. But also, chances are you found alignment service to be less effective than you need in these days when cost control is a life or death matter for the business. Maybe you've even given up on alignment service. Well, the fact is, there has been good reason for discouragement. Until now, alignment results for trucks, trailers, and buses have not been effective. Until just recently, the only method available of aligning trucks, trailers, and buses required aligning axles to the frame. This technique is slow and has been proven to be ineffective. This is because both frames and axles are inconsistent. No matter how skilled the mechanic, it is virtually impossible to guarantee uniform alignment of all axles using the frame as a reference. Also, recognizing that it is the rear wheels which establish the thrust line for the vehicle, front wheel alignment, without regard for the rear wheels, can be totally useless. Even a single drive axle vehicle requires a wheel-to-wheel total alignment. In the past, it was necessary to attempt the alignment, then road test the vehicle, then realign according to the mechanic's judgment. It was costly, time-consuming, required a highly skilled, experienced mechanic, and often, after all that, the alignment wasn't satisfactory. So what has changed? Plenty. Instead of aligning axles to the frame, you can now align wheels to wheels, which will result in decreasing the rolling resistance. The result is total alignment, which only occurs when wheels are rolling with wheels. It is only with this technique that you can expect to maximize tire life, fuel economy, and improve handling characteristics. In the development of total alignment equipment, technology has taken giant steps forward. Not only has the accuracy of alignment vastly improved, but the system for doing it has been tremendously simplified. Sensors are attached to the wheels of the vehicle so that the information provided can be electronically translated into data necessary for proper alignment. The computer automatically records the data and compares it to factory specifications. As each wheel adjustment is made by the technician, the data on the screen tells him precisely what he has done. There's virtually no room for error because each sensor and the equipment itself has a built-in computer. Note here how obvious and easy to see the adjustment results are to the technician as he makes them. The same technology can be used to align the trailer. Proper wheel-to-wheel alignment is achieved with the same ease and accuracy by aligning all wheels parallel to a common center line based on the trailer's kingpin. Again, a reduction in rolling resistance and prolonged tread life may be realized. This wheel-to-wheel total alignment can now be performed even on these vehicles. Single and tandem drive axle trucks, single and tandem axle trailers, buses, twin steer trucks. This system will also help reduce diagnostic time by measuring and recording additional angles, such as camber, which is the inward or outward tilt of the tire measured at the top, caster, the forward or rearward tilt of the spindle, and toe, the angle of a tire relative to the geometric center line. It is now possible to have a hard copy of the alignment service. This provides an excellent record for the vehicle, showing what needed to be done as well as what was done. Borderline situations that might need to be taken care of in the future are put on record. This new technology also allows you to totally align a wide range of vehicles. Yes, now there's a way to really take control of that major factor in fuel consumption, rolling resistance. Now there's a way to make the purchase of extended mileage tires a practical, profitable expenditure. Now there's a way to get the most from your drivers by greatly reducing over-the-road fatigue and aggravation. A new way to cut costs that's not only a promise, but is being proven daily by more and more bus and truck fleets around the country. Total wheel-to-wheel alignment. Ready for you right now. Ready to help your bottom line.